Hello and welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the RDA. This is your Manchester United versus Leeds match preview, in which should be a bit different from the other times we played Leeds because we have a history, recent history, that every time we play Leeds, we kind of batter them. We do kind of batter them. McFred have a good game, Scott McTominay has a good game, lots of our bad players have good games, but it's never really been a game where we actually go to Ellen Road with a full stadium, so I think this is going to be a slightly little different. It's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a bit more intimidating. But what I will say is that Leeds are nowhere near enough good form. They are really struggling this season, struggling a lot actually. They're sitting currently 15th in the Premier League table, just literally hovering a little. Well, I'd say hovering over relegation. They're a bit comfortable for now, but they're in that zone. Currently got 23 points, and their recent form. Lost 2, won 2, drawn 1, and if you just look at the games previously, they have been getting absolute beatings. 3-0 loss to Everton, 3-3 with Villa, 1-0 to Newcastle, 3-2 win against West Ham, which is really good. But again, conceded 2 goals. Then they lost against West Ham again, 2-0. They did get a good result against Burnley, but with Burnley obviously right at the bottom of the table, and Burnley, you know how that goes. Again, beaten a lot by Arsenal 4-1. Chelsea put 3 past them, City put 7 past them. So at the moment, Bielsa's men, they're not doing very good, are they? They're not really doing very good. And they got lots of injuries, constant injuries for them this season for Leeds United, and I think that is a big part. I do like Bielsa as a manager. I do rate him to an extent, but I think he is struggling, and I think this Leeds team is there to be had, and I think that with us, we really should be beating this team. Like, we really should be giving Leeds a proper hiding this time. Usually I'm the other guy saying, Leeds might give us a game, they might upset us, and then we go give them a hiding. Now I'm actually telling you, we should go and give them a hiding. Now, knowing United and how the jinx works, they're probably not going to go give Leeds a hiding. We're going to make Leeds look like prime Barcelona, and it's going to be very difficult for ourselves, which is something I don't want to happen. But I think it might. You never know with United, really. You just never know. So let's just see. But honestly speaking, we need to beat this team. We're coming back off a win now, so we need to build on it. Top 4 is still far from over, so we need to get as much points as we can, and this needs to be a W. This really does have to be a win, and probably a good one. I like a 1-0. It's okay, I guess, but we need a good performance from United. And will we get it with this team? I do not know. I really don't know. Another thing about this game is that we know Rolf. He's a pressing man, right? He likes to press. He likes to Gurgen press. He wants to win the ball very high. He wants to counter press. With Bielsa's man, also, he wants to have a high line. He wants to press non-stop, and he just wants to keep going forward. So there's probably going to be a lot of running in this game, How will Rolf do it? Will he change it up a bit? Probably not, because the last game, it was almost like Oli 2.0, wasn't it? It really was like Oli 2.0. Will he do it the same this game? Possibly. It worked in the past. We thumped Leeds by playing Oli ball in the past. So will it work here? Probably, probably. So let's look at the team on my right. De Gea in goal, no problems with that. Varane, I think he'll come back. Obviously, he was sick midweek, but I think he'll be fine to come back in. So I fully expect Varane to come back in. Diego Dalot, hasn't been at his best, but he hasn't been bad enough to get dropped. So I'm happy with Dalot. Maguire still, for me, does deserve to get dropped. I would play Victor Lindelof over Harry Maguire at the moment. And again, on the last game we played against Brighton, I could tell you right now that Victor Lindelof was still better than Harry Maguire. Maguire's got a mistake in him, and against Leeds, he really shouldn't be that much of a problem. But it's Harry Maguire, so he's always got that mistake in him to cost us the game. So personally, I would change that, but I don't think Rolf has clearly said that no, this is the captain. He sees no reason to change anything or change it at all. So I expect Harry Maguire to play. Alex Telles hasn't played for a while. He really hasn't played for a while, which is surprising. It's almost like Luke Shaw has kind of won the favor of Ralph again. Or there's some other, reasons for Luke Shaw's, reason to start in the starting 11. But I would like Telles back. I think Luke Shaw has played a couple of games. Again, he hasn't been lighting it up on fire. Neither has Telles. Neither really has Telles. But I wouldn't mind seeing Telles in this game. I think we might have a lot of freedom to go forward, bomb forward. And I think that having Telles, especially if we want to put crosses into the box for Ronaldo, which I said we should, like how Bruno did twice in the last game. We need more of that. So why not play Alex Telles? Why not give him a shot? So maybe we see Alex Telles this game. Midfield wise, it's very hard for me not to pick McFred because I know how Ralph is. I just know how the managers in general are at this club. There's an obsession with McFred, but the problem is Paul Pogba is back and he's really in such good form. You have to pick Paul Pogba. He's probably our best midfielder by far at the moment, so I need Paul Pogba to be picked, and I think if he does pick Pogba, he'll stick with Scott McTominay. McTominay's got a history of being good in a game like this, and I think McTominay will be up for a game like this, so I just think Ralph will favour McTominay, especially like when Fred came back, he really didn't set the world afire. He was quite atrocious, actually. He was very bad, so I wouldn't play Fred, Scott McTominay, he's been slightly less bad, so I think McTominay will stay. Bruno is Bruno at the number 10 role, Again, I would say even if you did pick McFred, I'd play Paul Pogba over Bruno Fernandes at the moment. Because Pogba's just better. So for me, Pogba has to play this game. Don't care where, but he should play this game. Then the front line, I think he should stick with the front line. I think Rashford, again, when he came on, stinker. Proper stinker. Rashford's usually good off the bench. That time he came off the bench and he still had a stinker. So I wouldn't play Rashford at all. Ilanga, he did the basics. I think he's the only player who listens to Ralph tactically. So I would play Ilanga, Cristiano Ronaldo. You gotta play Cristiano. Couldn't care if Cavani was fit. Couldn't care if Cavani was injured. Don't care who's at the club. You play Cristiano Ronaldo. And Sancho for me is our creative man at the moment. Looking very, very dangerous each game that passes by, and each game he gets under his belt, he looks better and better. So Sancho, happy days. I think that should be the team. I really do think that should be the team. And like I said, with the Leeds that are struggling, you look at that midfield, you think Pogba, Bruno. You look at that attack, you think Ronaldo, Sancho. Don't look about the rest, because the rest is a bit, 50-50. But we should win this game. We really should win this game, man. Other teams have thumped Leeds, like I said. Other teams have put lots of goals past Leeds. Now, you know how it is with United. We struggle to score goals. But this could be a good game to actually score some goals, score more than 2 goals. And I would hope, as a United fan, that we can do that. I really do hope we can do that as United fans, And in terms of our score predictions, well, according to Google, 51% chance of a win probability for United, 24% chance of a draw, 25% chance of a Leeds win. Now, like I said, I think it'll be I think it could be slightly different also because of the fact it's going to be a full Ellen Road, and this is a rivalry, in terms of our history. This is a rivalry game. This is a derby game. So I think it's going to be a little bit different. But I'm going to actually say for once, I would think United could hopefully score at least 2. So I'm going to say 2 for United. And United always got a mistake in them. But Leeds are so bad at the moment. I don't even know. Never say never with Leeds. But I'm going to just say 2-1 United win. Let's get the 3 points. But realistically, on another day, I would say, if United wasn't how United were, and Leeds weren't how Leeds were at the moment, I would say probably 3-0 to United. That's what I would hope. But anyways, I hope you guys will enjoy that show. Press conference tomorrow, so we'll get some more news from Ralph and all comments from Ralph tomorrow. So do smash a like, do subscribe on the video, and I shall see you all again tomorrow. Goodbye.